So, do you guys remember, except Lohit, what did we learn in the last class? And keep it brief.
Probability.
Probability. Okay, Yadikshita.
Probability.
Probability. Sanvi also same answer. And that is the right answer. So we learned probability. We started learning probability. And I have given you guys some assignments. So some of you, most of you were able to solve it fine. Some of you still had questions. And based on the responses I saw, I felt that the concepts are still not 100% clear to everybody. So what we'll do is in today's class, before I go to the next topic, I would want to double click on these concepts or the assignments one more time and see who has doubt and who doesn't have doubt, who can explain things. And again, I will choose whom to ask, okay? So if you know it, you will raise your hand, but you'll have to allow me to choose whom to ask, okay? If everybody keeps on jumping, then there is nothing I can do. Okay. Let's look at the first problem, okay? And I would want to hear some conceptual view from you guys to understand if there is any doubt. I'm reading the first question, okay, which is part of my Tran theory, read. So I'm reading the question a couple of times. On a six-sided die, every side has a number between 1 and 6. Hey, Tanu. On a six-sided die, every side has a number between 1 and 6. What is the probability of throwing a 3 or a 4? Hands down. Don't jumping. Let's be respectful to math. Okay? Just rushing for an answer doesn't help. Let me read the question, okay? I'm not excited to get a perfect answer from one of you and say I'm done. Now, my job is to make sure everybody in the class understands the concept. So let me read the question one more time. On a six-sided die, each side has a number between 1 and 6. Okay? What is the probability of throwing 3 or a 4? What is the probability of throwing 3 or a 4? 3 or a 4?
On a six-sided dice.
Okay? It has 6 sides and each side has a number between 1 and 6. What is the probability of getting 3 or a 4? Now, I want to understand from this class, anybody, okay, I'll come to Arav and Advik later. Let me see, anybody in the class who can explain this to me. What is that will be your thought for solving this problem? How did you approach this problem? When you got this assignment, what did you do? Yes, Sanvi.
Since a die has 6 sides, and you want to either get a 3 or 4, that's 2 numbers, right? So then I got 2 out of 6, which is simplified into 1/3.
Okay. And Thanu, what will be your reasoning for this one? I heard Sanvi, I want to hear you also. Yeah, Thanu, go ahead.
Wait, sir, I'll get the... Wait.
Yeah.
So, one six-sided die, each side has a number between 1 and 6. They're probably throwing 3 or 4. So there's 6 options. And there's 2. So it'll be 2 over 6.
Yeah.
And it'll be 1/3.
Okay. So everybody else, whoever had raised hand, you can put your hands down because we'll go through all the questions, okay? So next time I'll pick two more of you and it'll not be Thanu and Sanvi for sure. Okay? So everybody gets a chance. So in this question, so basically what we are doing is the assignment that we had to solve, most of you got the right answer for most of the questions, but there was still some fumble that I could see. Some of you were kind of in double minds where when the answers were shared, and that is where I felt that okay, let's go through the assignment one more time and look at the approach. So simple. The question was that it's a six-sided die, and every side has a number between 1 and 6. And what is the probability of getting 3 out of 4? Meaning, when I'm throwing a die, I can get 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. 1 of 6. 1 out of 6 numbers I can get. The question asked here is, what is the probability of getting 3 out of 4? Every number has a probability of getting 1 out of 6. Every number has a probability of getting 1 out of 6. Here in this case, we are talking about 2 numbers out of 6. So you can say, okay, 3 also has a probability of 1 by 6. 4 also has a probability of 1 by 6. Just add them together. It becomes 1 plus 1, that is 2 by 6, which is 1 by 3. This is one way of looking at it. Second approach is, you can say, okay, we are talking about 2 out of 6 options. So 2 out of 6 options, 2 by 6. Any which way is fine. Yeah.
Isn't there like a theory where or means like addition and
So that's why it's an or. 3 or 4, meaning this is also a possibility, this is also a possibility. If I say I can get $5 or $10, what is my total probability? 5 plus 10, 15. So same way here, 3 out of 4. Okay. Now, this was the first question. So the way Sanvi and Thanu explained, that was easy enough. I just added some color to it by giving you 2 options. Okay. So this is how you can relate. Anybody having any doubt with this particular question? Assume no. I am very quick at assuming things. Okay. I'll assume that everybody understood. Let's move on. Let's go to the second question. And again, pay attention, okay? And this time I'll pick somebody else, not Thanu and Sanvi. Second question was, 3 coins are tossed up in the air, one at a time. 3 coins are tossed up in the air, one at a time. So first coin tossed, second coin tossed, and third coin tossed. Okay? What is the probability that 2 of them will land heads up and one will land tails up?
any order?
I will not answer that. I will read the question one more time because that is what will help you. Okay? Oh, don't jump. So I'm reading the question one more time. See, I'm making you guys practice how will you approach it when you are alone without your teacher being around. 3 coins are tossed up in the air, one at a time. 1 coin tossed, second coin tossed, and third coin tossed. What is the probability that 2 of them will land heads up and 1 will land tails up? One last time, I'm reading it and so that I get you guys annoyed and tired of this question. So, 3 coins are tossed up in the air, one at a time. First coin tossed, second coin tossed, third coin tossed. What is the probability that 2 of them will land heads up and 1 will land tails up? Everybody heard the question? Everybody got sick of it? Yeah, that's my strategy. Read. So, I will give, okay, now tell me what is the approach for solving it, and I will not let Sanvi or Thanu to answer this. Let's see who else is wanting to answer it. So Advik has raised his hand. I'll come to you. I mean, not 2 people in the classroom, 1 here. Next, we have more questions to come. Okay. Whoever is ready, because I know everybody has tried solving the problem. I want to hear your approach when you have to teach that back to your teacher. Let's assume that your teacher is illiterate. You're trying to teach your teacher. How would you do that? I mean, I'm not illiterate. Let's say I'm not as intelligent as you would want your teacher to be. If you have to explain that to me, how would you do it? Okay? Pranav. So I'll give the chance to Pranav and Advik. Okay, so yeah, Pranav, go ahead.
So basically, since there are like 8 possibilities, like T, like
those possibilities, and one of them has to be like 2 heads or 2 heads and 1 tails. So it's going to be 1 by 8.
2 heads and 1 tail. Your answer is 1 by 8. Okay. How about you?
Can I come up to the board and do it?
Yeah, go ahead. First do it and then you try explaining it. Adam.
So when we see like the head, tail, head in the first coin has like a 1/2 chance, and the head in the second coin has another one, and the tails in the third coin, doesn't matter which order, it's like 1/2. And since you told us that multiplying method, if we multiply all of them, we would get an 1/8 chance.
1/8. Okay. I heard both of you said 1/8. And now comes your teacher changing his hat, and I was saying that I'm not as intelligent as you would want me to be, and I'm saying that no, that is not the case. I'm probably decently intelligent. Let's look at this problem. Okay, if I'm trying to solve this like a student, right? How will I do it? 3 coins are tossed up in the air, one at a time. What is the probability that 2 of them will land heads up and 1 will land tails up? Okay. Now, I will do that in a much simpler way. Okay. Whenever I'm tossing a coin, I can get a head or I can get a tail. Yeah. These are 2 possibilities. Let's say, when I'm tossing a coin, first coin, I can get a head or I can get a tail. So let's say in the first scenario, let me do it this way. When I'm tossing my first coin, I can get a head or I can get a tail. Okay. Now I'm tossing the second coin. When I have got a head, I can get a head or a tail for the second coin. If I have got a tail, then also I can get a head or I can get a tail for the second coin. So look at this level. My first toss, first coin is getting me a head or a tail. And for every situation, I can get a head or a tail in the second attempt. Yep. Are you guys with me so far?
Yes, sir.
Now I have got 4 options here in the second coin. Now for every head or tail, I can get a head or a tail in the third coin, for the third coin also. Yeah? Have I covered all the scenarios here?
Yeah.
This is my first attempt, first coin. I can get a head or a tail. Whatever I got in the first attempt, I can get a head or a tail for the second coin. Yep. Third level, I can get a head or a tail for every occurrence, every of the previous occurrence. Now, look at every branch. I can get head or tail, head, tail, tail, head, tail, head, tail. These are the combinations we have. Okay? Total, how many options we have? How many branches? This is my first branch. This is my second option. This is my third option. This is my fourth option. This is my fifth option. This is my sixth option. This is my seventh option. This is my 8 options. Total 8 options I have got. Now, how many of them have 2 heads and 1 tail? That was the question. If you read. Let me read the question one more time.
2.
Now wait. It says, how many of the... Oops, I went to the second question. What is the probability that 2 of them will land heads up and 1 will land tails up? So out of all the 8 options I have got, how many of them are with 2 heads up and 1 tail up?
2.
Now look at this. This path, one has all three heads. I will discount that. This one is not the case. Second path has two heads and one tail. So I got one. Okay, let's put one. Then the third path, one head, tail, head. So this has two head and one tail. So got one more. Fourth path has head, tail, tail. This one is discounted. Go to this one, tail, head, head. So two heads and one tail. I got one more. Tail, head, tail. No, this is discounted. Tail, tail, head. Two tails and one head. Discounted. Tail, tail, tail. Discounted. So we got 3 out of 8 which is meeting this criteria. So the answer is 3 out of 8. Now you look at the answers that I had in the question. 1 by 8, some of you have given, that is not the right answer. 1 by 4 is not an option. 3 by 8 is the only option. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to finger point anybody. My objective is to make sure that you guys understand what you're doing. Yep. 3 out of 8. Some of you got 3 out of 8 also. I'm not calling out the names. But whoever got 3 out of 8, that means they did that in a thoughtful way. If you did not, that means you probably overlooked something. Is it making sense? Everybody, Lohit, this is your first class, so I'm just curious to know if you are able to follow what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Wait.
Yeah, Lohit, go ahead. You're saying something.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Pranav, you got it? You got the answer? Now, are you able to relate to what was the difference between what you said versus what I did? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Anirudh, Dikshita, everybody able to follow me? Okay. Let's see who joined while I was talking. Okay, no, nobody new joined. Okay. And I think Vishal and Vasundhara are not in the class today. You guys know parallel talks. Focus on what we are doing here. Lakshita, were you able to follow beta what I did?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now, and again, don't try to memorize this problem. That this is not a guaranteed question in any exam. What we are doing is we are just trying to break it down into a simpler way to solve it. Yeah? Alright, let's go to the next question. And I would want you guys to keep your eyes, ears open. Yours is not open. See, I'll tell you one bad example, okay? This is what we used to do when we were small. I mean, when I was small. Okay? People say, okay, when you're pointing finger at somebody, you are making a mistake. Notice there are 3 fingers pointing at you yourself. So never ever point fingers at anybody.
What if he's doing that?
That's a waste of time. Don't do it. Now let's go to the second question. Okay. Let's third question actually. Okay. Can I borrow everybody's attention here? Yeah. Please stay here. Now a question is: a 2-digit number is chosen at random. A 2-digit number is chosen at random. What is the probability that the chosen number is a multiple of 7? Now let me keep on boring you guys. A 2-digit number is chosen at random. At random. What is the probability that the chosen number is a multiple of 7? Now, Sanvi, Tanu, Pranav and Advik, they don't have a choice to answer this question. They can still solve it. They can be ready, but I'll come to them only when I have exhausted all my options. So everybody else, apart from these 4 names that I called out, I would want you guys to solve it. So Advik has raised his hand. Arav has raised his hand. Let's see on the screen who wants to solve this problem. Let me repeat. Then why did you raise your hand?
Because I didn't. I know it doesn't because 7 multiple. I need to hear it again.
No. So again, that's a blunder. Never do that. Read the question. See, this is not your last chance. You'll get another chance. There are 6 more questions that you're going to solve, maybe.
4.
So what I'm saying is, you'll get a chance, but don't attempt to make a wrong choice. All right. Let me read the question one last time before I let you guys teacher. A 2-digit number is chosen at random. What is the probability that the chosen number is a multiple of 7? Now, even if I'm not letting Thanu and Sanvi and Pranav to solve it first, I would still let you guys solve it in your notebook and be ready in case I'm running out of options. Okay? So, who wants to solve it? Who wants to teach the teacher now?
I'm good.
You're good? You don't want to?
But probably.
No, okay. I'll come back to you. There are 3 more questions. Anyways. Okay. Let's see who wants to solve and teach the teacher. And if nobody is raising hand, Thanu and Sanvi, if you guys, Pranav, if you guys think that you can solve it, you can still raise your hand. I'll come back to you guys when I'm not having an option. Okay. Thanu has raised his hand. Lokshita, Deekshita, Lohit. You can also try Lohit. I mean, it's okay. In this class, there's no punishment for going wrong. It's okay. As long as you're not wasting a teacher's time, you're fine. Anirudh, you want to try?
I have a question. What type of pen is this?
I don't know.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So a 2-digit number is formed at random. What is the probability of it being a multiple of 7? A 2-digit number is formed at random. What is the probability of it being a multiple of 7? Yeah, Anirudh, you are ready? Go ahead and teach a teacher then.
Yeah, so basically I was just looking at like how much, like 7 times something, and I got like 7 times 14 equals 98. So 98 is the highest multiple of 7. And since that's like 14 on the times table, I said 14 out of 90 because there were 92 digit numbers. And my answer is 14 out of 90.
Okay, 14 out of 19. Okay, let's see. 14 out of 19, right? You said?
Wait, actually, no, 13 because one of them would be
13 out of 19. Okay?
no, 13 out of 90. 90.
13 out of 90. Okay. Now, one quick validation you might want to do Anirudh is, did you have that as an option? Okay, 13 out of 19 is an option in the yeah, okay. You're still within the boundary. Let's see. Who else? Try it. See, this is when I want you guys to talk, you are going muted.
What's it out of 100? Oh.
Okay, then I will not give you a chance. You have not thought about it, you have not done any scratch work, and you are busy dancing, so that will not help. Okay, anybody else? What happened, Dikshita? You're angry with somebody? Okay. Lohit, do you want to try better? No?
I don't know.
Okay, fine. That's okay. So see again, you all will see that when I try solving it, I will make it look like a kid's play. That's my job. I mean, so far I have not dealt with any tricky formula or anything complex in nature, right? I was just giving the example. I just drew the tree structure and then just counted the numbers, right? That is how easy probability is if you follow the concepts right. Okay? And that's exactly what I will do one more time. Yeah, Thanu, okay. Let me go to Thanu then. Yeah, Thanu, tell me. How would you want your teacher to learn this?
So, so two-digit numbers chosen at random. So it says the multiple of 7. So I did all the multiples of 7. That is a two-digit number. And I counted them and I got 13.
Okay. So your answer is 13 out of 90?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, same thing. I will not say anything new. I'll just probably do a repeat telecast of what Anirudh and Thanu said. But in a much more descriptive way. Now, the question says, and again I'm forgetful, much older than you guys, so I'll just read the question one more time for myself. A two-digit number is chosen at random. Two-digit number is chosen at random. Very nice. What is the probability that the chosen number is a multiple of 7? So first line says two-digit number is chosen at random. And when I look at that, when I think about it, essentially it says two-digit number. So if I'm talking about number 1, 2, 3, 4, 80, 81, 82, 89, 90, 91, 99, 100, and 11, 12, till 20, till 10. So basically, two-digit number is chosen at random. That means we are excluding this bracket 1 to 9. That is gone. And 100 also is taken out because this is where my boundary of two-digit number ends. So essentially, I am talking about numbers from 10 all the way till 99. That is my limit or my range of all the two-digit numbers. And if you look at it, let me make it a little simple for you guys. 21 till 29 and 30. Here 31 till 39, 40. 41, 49, 50. I mean, these dashes are numbers in between, okay? 51 till 60. 61 till 70. 71 till 80. 81 till 90.
There's no beyond that.
Yeah? And then 91 till 100. Now look at multiples of 7. First multiple of 7 comes here when you are at 14.
1,
Next multiple of 7 comes 7 3 are 21 here.
2,
7 4 are 28
3,
here. 7 5 are 35 here.
4,
7 6 are 42 here.
5,
7 7 are 49. Don't keep counting. We'll count it towards the end. 7 8 are 56 here. 7 9 are 63 here. 7 10 are 70 here. 7 11 are 77 here. 7 12 are 84 here. 7 13 are 91 here. 7 14 7 are 98 here. Now you count the circles. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 30. So you guys counted it right? We did not miss anything. I took a longer route. You can always look at in another shorter, smarter way. 7 to 7 10 70. It has 10 numbers, 7 excluded. So up to 70 you have 9 numbers, which is multiple of 7. And then you have 77, 84, 91, 98. So 9 plus 4, 13. That will be a faster route, depending on which one you are comfortable with. I was trying to go longer route. You can always choose. I mean, again, from here to here, you know that there are 10, 1 excluded, 9, and then 4 here. That's it. Yep. Again, in this problem also, even if people say this is a probability problem, what was the probability of this being difficult? 0. It is easy. I mean, you just relate, read the question enough, plot it, make your mind, put some thoughts around it, you get it. Yep. Now, let's go to the next question. And again, I would not expect there to be a radio silence. Hey Pranit, Pranit also joined. So Pranit, I mean we are just trying to go through the assignments to see if there was any gap with respect to how we understood things and how we are applying that while solving problems. Okay. Now the next question is, again, I want everybody to pay attention. Don't play with pencil, pen, eraser, markers, Sharpie, tooth, ears, nose, note picking, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Now next question. A bag contains 14 blue, 6 red and 12 green. Let me read one more time. A bag contains 14 blue, 6 red, 12 green and 8 purple buttons. One more time. A bag contains 12 blue, 6 red, 12 green and 8 purple buttons.
Wait, 12 blue.
14 blue, 6 red, 12 green and 8 purple buttons. This is not debate. Hear the questions first. Okay? 25 buttons are removed from the bag randomly. 25 buttons from the bag removed randomly. How many of the removed buttons were red if the chance of drawing a red button from the bag is now 1 by 3? This is an interesting one. If you pay attention, you'll get it right. If you don't, it'll be fun. Okay, so I'll come to Anirudh. I mean, you have a question, Anirudh, or you are trying to solve the problem? So you, Thanu, Sanvi and Pranav will be my second priority when it comes to solving this particular problem. You can still be ready with your answer if I'm not getting any response from anybody else in the class. So one last time I'll read this. A bag contains 14 blue, 6 red, 12 green and 8 purple buttons. 25 buttons are removed from the bag randomly. 25 are removed from the bag randomly. How many of the removed buttons were red? 25 were removed. Out of 25 it says, how many of the removed buttons were red if the chance of drawing the red button from the bag is now 1 by 3? This is a good one. So Anirudh said he is ready. Let's see who else. No, you will be my second priority again. So okay, you are also ready. One more of you from the class on the screen. Be it Lakshita, be it Praneet, be it Lohit, be it Pranav. No, not Pranav. Pranav also will be my second priority because Pranav has answered. Myra, Vivan. Okay. One last time I will repeat the question. A bag contains 14 blue, 6 red, 12 green and 8 purple buttons. 25 buttons are removed from the bag randomly. How many of the removed buttons were red if the chance of drawing a red button from the bag is now 1 by 3? What happened? Lokshita is not saying anything. Dikshita is also very quiet today. Praneet.
I answered the question of that.
Yeah, Praneet.
Okay, so I would like to answer this question.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, so there's 14 blue, 6 red, 12 green, and 8 purple.
Let me just write it because there are so many numbers. I would not want to get confused. I'm just writing it down as I hear from you. Okay, so say it one more time, Praneet.
14 blue.
Okay.
6 red.
Okay.
12 green.
Okay.
8 purple.
Okay. Okay.
So first what I did was I heard that 25 marbles were taken, so I added all the marbles up,
Okay.
which I got 40,
Okay.
and I subtracted 25 from 40,
Okay.
and I got 15.
Okay.
And then and then I saw that
So this
how many
is
red marbles were taken if the chance was like 1/3. So I did 1/3 of 15, which got me 5.
okay.
And I subtracted that from red, which was 6 minus 5, and I got 1.
Uh-huh. So what is 1 again?
So there was only 1 red marble taken.
Okay, in the 25.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And let me read the question one more time. The question says,
Can you give us the
How-
answer choices? Can you give us the answer choices on there?
why do I need to give you answer choices? Somebody to solve it. Solve it and then you match with the answer choices. There's no option for black. Yeah. No. You have exhausted your option already. So let everybody participate. Okay. So how many of the removed buttons were red if the chance of drawing a red button from the bag is now 1/3? So you are saying that the number of red buttons removed in the first pick of 25 was 1. Is that your answer, Praneeth?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now let's see. Sanvi also showing thumbs up. So she also got the same thing. Thanu also got showing thumbs up. That is also same thing. Okay. Now
What did you say?
what is that?
Wait, what did he say for his answer?
It was 1. So basically, when he picked up 25 buttons out of 40, the number of buttons that were red in color in that 25 was 1.
I don't know if I'm wrong, but I got 5 red marbles.
You thought it the other way around. I'll tell you why.
I just thought that.
So it is 1?
Okay, now you explain.
So basically, first what I did is I added them all up the buttons because it's like the total, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I subtracted negative 25 is because we're taking some out. So then 15, so then I got 15, meaning that the rest will be picked out. So then 15, so it would be 6, so it would be 6 by 25 was of red. If we also reduce that by 3, oh no, reduce. Or if you get that, you can get 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then what the actual part I thought was I didn't know it was subtract 6 by 5 to get 1 also. Cause that's how that part I didn't understand.
Okay. So see, this is the thing. Now, I think you guys got it. I will solve it like a child, like I always try. The question says there are 14 blue, 6 red, 12 green, and 8 purple buttons in the basket or in the bag, whatever it is. Out of this, 25 were removed randomly. So let's see how many were there first place. 14 plus 6, 20 plus 12, 32 plus 8, 40. So there were total 40 buttons in the bag, and 25 were removed randomly. So 25 were taken out from this. So what is remaining in the bag now is 15. And we don't know what was picked, how was picked, all those things. So up to this much, we know that 14 blue, 6 red, 12 green, and 8 purple buttons were there, which makes it 40 altogether. 25 out of that were picked up. So that leaves 15 buttons in the bag. The last part of the question says, now find out how many red were picked up in this 25. We don't know that yet. When I read the last part of the question, that says that how many of the removed buttons were red? Out of 25, how many were red? If the chance of drawing a red button from the bag is 1/3. So it says chance of drawing a red from this is 1/3. Meaning 1/3 of this bag is actually red. So that, see, if you have two things, one red, one blue, what is the probability of getting a blue? 1/2. What is the probability of getting red? 1/2. If you have three things, 3 apples and 2 bananas, total 5. What is the probability of getting a banana? 2/5. What is the probability of getting an apple? 3/5. 3 out of 5. Right? Same way here it says probability of getting a red is 1 by 3, meaning something divided by 15 equals 1 by 3. And this is the number of red buttons in the bag. So this has to be 5. That is how it will become 1 by 3. So number of red buttons in the bag from this 1 by 3 relationship is 5. Total number of red buttons in the bag is 5. Meaning when you had total 40 including 6 red, and out of that 25 were picked up and then 15 were only remaining in the bag. Inside the bag the probability of red is 1/3. That means number of red buttons is 5 in the bag. So you had 40, 25 you picked up and you left 50 in the bag. Here number of red is 5. That means the remaining red is here. That is what? 6 minus 5. Yep. You all did the same thing. I did not do nothing different. I was just trying to break it down in my own old-fashioned way. Did everybody follow me? Okay? Lakshita, Dikshita, Lohit, Pranav.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Vivan. Everybody? Okay. So this is the fourth question. What we'll do is we'll solve one last question before I let you guys go and do anything whatever you have remaining for the day for Diwali.
There are 2 more.
There are 2 more. We'll solve probably one of them. Unless you guys want to be with me till 6:30.
Yeah, I want to.
I don't want to.
But
I have other things to do. Okay, anyways, let's come back to a serious thing. Out of the 2 questions we have, let me randomly pick the 6th one. Okay? And let me read it for you guys. And I would want everybody to pay attention to this. So far, whatever we have done, that has nothing to do with math or any cryptic formula. We are just breaking it down, understanding that like normal English and applying our common sense to solve it. So I would want everybody to try it, okay? Using a 6-sided die, Carlin has rolled a 6 on each of the 4 successive tosses. Using a 6-sided die, Carlin has rolled a 6 on each of the 4 successive tosses. What is the probability of Carlin rolling a 6 on the next toss?
That's a trick question. Do a trick question.
Okay. So Anirudh has raised his hand, but I will come to Anirudh in the last attempt. On the second chance. Okay. Same thing, you guys also have raised your hand, but you'll be my second priority. I would want to wait for Lakshita and Dikshita also, as well as Myra, because none of the girls have answered the questions yet except Sanvi once. So I want to hear them as well. Don't sneak into the screen. It's okay. I'm reading the question one more time. Using a 6-sided die, Carlin has rolled a 6 on each of the 4 successive tosses. What is the probability of Carlin rolling a 6 on the next toss?
Oh, I was just trying to kill this boo-boo. Okay. I'm really sorry.
I'm speechless.
I doubt it.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So, yeah, Vivan is ready, Sanvi is ready. Okay. Thanu is also ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. So, I can see her big eyes. Okay. Let's, Pranav is also, oh no, okay. So, Anirudh is also, okay, fine. Let me hear Vivan. So, Vivan, tell me, sir, how would you want to solve this problem?
So what I did to solve this problem was, first it said like using a 6-sided die, he rolled it 6 times. I mean, he rolled it 4 times and he got a 6 on 4 of those times. And and he's gonna roll it one more time. And what's the chance of getting a 6 on that one time is what he's asking.
Yep.
So what I did was, so there's usually a 1/6 chance of getting a 6. But here it says he already rolled a 6 on the previous attempt. So I consider that as excessive information, like unnecessary I consider that unnecessary information and only use the part where it asks like what is the possibility of rolling a 6. So I got 1/6.
Okay, that's one answer. Any? Yeah, go ahead.
And also because on at the last 4 times, it does not matter what you rolled the last time to get into this time.
Yeah. Unless you have watched Mahabharata and you are as skilled as Sakuni was. Now, if you guys don't know who Sakuni was, check with your parents. They will explain
I
that.
thought you were gonna say Arjun. I thought you said Arab. I thought you were gonna say Arjun.
Hold it there. That is not a productive
As
discussion.
famous as Arjun.
Wait there. Let's see if Sanvi wants to explain it differently. Yeah, Sanvi, tell me what was your thought process?
So I actually got 1/7,776 because they're basically asking what's the probability of him getting a 6 in a row 5 times. So I did 1/6 times 1/6 times 1/6 times 1/6, basically like 5 times. 1/6 to the power of 5 is 7,776. So I got 1/7,776.
But the interesting part of the problem is that was not one of the options actually
Can
in
I
the
say
question.
one? Can I please say one?
Yeah.
I just want to say the answer. 1/6.
Yeah. So if you look at, I did not say the options we had because I certainly wanted you guys to solve it, and the way you tried solving it, that was also I would not say that was wrong because that's an attempt, that's an approach that you can follow, but probably not in this situation. Okay. Let's see if Anirudh had a different point of view. What was your approach, Anirudh?
I mean, basically what Mom said, so basically...
Oh, guys, stop doing that. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So basically the last sentence was, what is the probability of him rolling a 6 on the next turn? So just because it's on the next turn doesn't mean it includes all the other turns. So like all the information before that is kind of excessive, like Mom said, so I only I got 1/6 because, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Thanu. Tell me your thought process before I share mine.
So when I was doing this problem, when you first did the homework, I accidentally put 1/30 because I thought they were asking for all the total now.
Okay. So here comes the magical answer. Yeah, let's see what Myra has to say. Yeah, Myra, go ahead.
I think I got 1/6 and I considered everything before it to be unnecessary information, and it just kind of confuses everyone else, so I got 1/6 as my final answer.
Okay. So here's the thing. So basically, as most of you said, and again, Sanvi, there's nothing wrong in thinking out of the box. That is another thing that you have to consider. I mean, I'm not saying that you don't have to consider that. In this particular question, interesting thing is that there was a purposeful attempt to confuse by giving the history of last 4 tosses, because anytime you roll a die, it has no bearing with what has happened in the past. So that information that we had was not of much relevance in this situation, because if you're rolling a die, it is just a 1 out of 6. So when you have to deal with multiple attempts, say okay, when you're rolling it 3 times, then what is the possibility? That is when you'll end up multiplying them. Since here all the events are disconnected. It's only rolling of one die at a time. And what is the probability of getting a 6? It is as simple as being a very disconnected event of 1 out of 6. That is what the probability would be. But keep your eyes open for minor tweaks in the question, okay? These questions are not straightforward always. So again, one last time, the same boring stuff Tran will help you. When you read the question a couple of times, you will find out if there is a tweak in the question or not. So be it Tanu's approach, be it Sanvi's approach, be it anybody else's approach in the class, make sure that you keep looking out for those tweaks in the question. Because teachers are not so nice always. When they set the question, they will probably put some tweaks to see if you are being thoughtful of how you are looking at the question and how you are trying to solve it.
What was the answer?
1/6.